I will be able to travel to Peru next week. And one of the exciting things that I'll be able to do is participate in the inauguration of our new office. So before passing over the microphone to David to hear more about the work that we're doing, I just wanted to highlight how exciting this is for us. This means this location is very important because it's in the central square of the park in Pucará, which creates more visibility for our organization for both potential partner families and tourists who may want to join our cause. So during my visit, I'll be certain to take some photos and send updates to you all. We have some exciting emails coming down the pipeline, and so we'll be sure to include a tour of the office in that as well. All right, one last exciting bit of news from me, and we'll pass it over to David. For those that might not be aware, ProDia has a new president. His name is Ricardo Roca, and he was gracious enough to send us a little video wanting to greet you all this evening. So we'll hear from him here.
A nombre de la Asociación ProDia, quiero agradecer a todos los presentes por unirse a nuestra causa y decirles que juntos podemos marcar la diferencia y hacer que este mundo, en las comunidades del altiplano, las personas que viven allí puedan tener esa oportunidad de desarrollo y de ese desarrollo sostenible, ese desarrollo que viene de la energía que cada uno de nosotros ofertamos y brindamos de una manera desinteresada. Nuevamente, los invito a seguir participando de nuestra asociación, a seguir cambiando las vidas y a generar cada vez un desarrollo sostenible en las comunidades del altiplano. Muchas gracias por ello. Tanto tú como yo y todos los que somos involucrados, hagamos de esta asociación una experiencia para toda la vida.
Great. So as you'll see this evening, that's just one of the many video updates that we have for you all. A second here. And without further ado, I will pass the microphone over to David Cajo, who is the Executive Director of ProDia. And he's going to be providing us with some of these exciting updates, and we're going to hear from some of the partners with whom we're working on these variety of projects. So over to you, David.
Thanks, Makensie. Good evening, everybody. And thanks for joining to this event. We are very grateful to that all of you are here. My name is David Cajo. I work at the ProDia Association, the partner entity of the Chijnaya Foundation here in Peru. Together with our team, we take care of being able to implement the different development projects in the communities and organizations on the rural area in the department of Puno, which is located in south of Peru near Bolivia border. I would like to start by introducing our work team. There is Licenciado Yuber Aguirre. He's an anthropologist, and he works as a project director and is responsible for the Rotating Funds program. There is a Doctora Maria del Carmen Aragon. She is in charge of the dental program, and in addition, she also serves as an administrative director. And part of our team is Rosemary Montesinos, who is in charge of the saving program and also work as assistant director. And myself is David Cajo, and I work as an executive director. I would like to give a brief information about our organization. As I mentioned before, has its antecedents in the Chijnaya Foundation. That was originally formed in 2005 after a visit of Dr. Bolton to the Chijnaya community. In this community, they reached a development plan that includes so many projects, so it was necessary to form as a formal organization. And this is how the Chijnaya Foundation started working in 2005. After a while, it was being necessary to have a local organization based in Peru to be able to manage and implement the different projects since the network started growing with more communities and people interested in work with us. So this is how the ProDia Association, born in 2010 as a local NGO, and to be in charge the work in the field through the different projects. So ProDia is legally constituted and registered as an NGO here in Peru. As Makensie mentioned before, we moved to a new office. So our physical office is located in the district of Pucará. And it is important because all our network or more of our communities and organizations are based around Pucará district. So at the moment, we are working in 8 districts of Puno, and we are working more than 43 communities or organizations that we call the ProDia network. What we do, what are we doing? We work with the communities or organizations in rural areas, promoting and implementing self-sustaining, comprehensive development projects that allow them to improve their living conditions. Our areas of intervention are related to the economic development, health, education, and environment and climate change. In this opportunity, we would like to present or talk a little bit about our scholarship program. Here in Peru, there is a gap in access to the higher education in rural areas, which constitutes a challenge to be overcome. Our scholarship program began in 2007 as a part of the comprehensive development strategy in the communities and organizations with which we work and that belong to our ProDia network. The scholarship program is aimed for the younger people in the communities that are already studying university or attending a technical institutes, whether in public or private institutions, whether at the local level of the Department of Puno, nationally or even internationally, so that they can continue with their higher studies and achieve trainings as a professionals. We can mention that to date we have awarded 609 scholarship, benefiting more than 300 younger people from the different communities and organizations that we work. It is important to emphasize that in the program, we also encourage the students to get involved in solidarity projects for the benefit of their communities of origin. These projects are proposed by themselves, for which they form work groups, motivating them to have a humanitarian social commitment that complements their academic training. The last year we have a group that started working in a project with a local organization of artisans related to the digital marketing. So this year they plan to continue to make this business of the local artisans being able to start sell their products by the internet, as according to the the digital era or globalization. It is important that they need to be more visible at the internet. So now we would like to present a testimony of Helders Amel Lope Gomez, who's a student. He is still a becario for this year, and he's in charge of the digital marketing project that is implemented in the local organizations in Pucará.
Hola, mi nombre es Helder Samel Lope Gómez, soy del distrito de Pucará y actualmente curso el 6º ciclo de la carrera de Administración en la Universidad Peruana Unión, Campus Juliaca. Me enteré del programa de becas por recomendación de un familiar y desde ese momento comenzó esta bonita experiencia junto a la familia de ProDia, comprometidos con aportar algo al cambio de nuestra sociedad, a generar impacto en muchas personas y conocer la realidad de cada lugar. El proyecto RexEY busca apoyar a los negocios, personas, comunidades a mejorar su potencial comercial, capacitándoles en el uso de herramientas digitales e implementándoles las necesarias, y así adaptar su negocio a las tendencias del comercio actual. Les agradezco de corazón la oportunidad que me dieron y la oportunidad que dan a muchos jóvenes. Gracias por construir profesionales con un compromiso social e integral con nuestra sociedad. Gracias por cambiar vidas.
Since 2007, when our scholarship program started, we have the chance to have, at the moment, we have many students that they start their studies with our program and they are finished and they already are professionals are working. So now we would like to share a testimony of a former becario, Olger Huaracayo Chino, he's an anthropologist now and is working in a government entity, Foncores, in the rural area.
Mi nombre es Olger Rabel Huaracayo Chino. Mi lugar de procedencia es la comunidad de Queñuani Alto, del distrito de Pucará. En la actualidad soy bachiller en antropología. Hice mis estudios en la Universidad Nacional del Altiplano. Yo empecé a estudiar ingresé a la universidad en el año 2015 y también ese mismo año postulé a la Asociación de Becarios de la Asociación Prodía. ¿Cómo me enteré? Me enteré por medio de las autoridades de mi comunidad. Para mi suerte, también la Asociación Prodía trabaja, ¿no?, con mi comunidad. Y es así donde me entero y postulo al concurso para la beca. Y yo fui elegido, fue uno de los ganadores y fue parte de la Asociación de Becarios. Y es así donde en todo mi proceso de estudiante, desde el 2016 hasta el 2019, tuve la suerte de ser parte de los beneficiarios, ¿no?, en esos 4 años como becario. Y en ese lapso de estudiante, aparte de los conocimientos adquiridos en la universidad, también aprendí muchas cosas en la asociación por ser parte de la Asociación Prodía. Hicimos muchas actividades como aniversario del distrito, campañas navideñas, y como actividad primordial mi persona se atrevió a realizar una actividad radial con mi persona y 2 compañeros becarios también. Y donde nosotros en nuestro programa radial realizábamos o tratábamos temas de coyuntura, ¿no?, como por ejemplo sobre tal vez temas básicos de gestión pública, manejo de residuos y etcétera, ¿no? Y nos fue un éxito este programa y esa pequeña actividad que realizamos en bien tal vez de la población. Y así terminé la carrera en el 2020, terminé mi carrera y empecé a ejercer, ¿no? Hoy vengo laborando, en la actualidad vengo laborando en el proyecto Jacuiñay del programa Foncodes, que corresponde al Ministerio de Desarrollo e Inclusión Social, el MIDIS. Y estoy muy agradecido con la Asociación Prodía por haberme tal vez cumplido mi sueño de terminar mis estudios superiores. Y hoy vengo orgullosamente, vengo diciendo que yo fui parte de esta Asociación Prodía y hoy vengo laborando exitosamente con el 2º año en este proyecto. Muchas gracias.
Now we would like to mention about our other program that is related to the economic development, that is our rotating funds program. Our rotating funds program is one of the most successful and it consists in allocating capital funds in a specific project as a donation to organizations that wish to work with us on the condition that the money allocated to them must be returned within a period of time, is usually 1 year, to the board of the beneficiary organization. Projects are submitted collectively, but payment responsibilities are assumed individually. So this means that the money goes through the community and they have the responsibility to manage and make sure that the repayments needs to be done. The rotating funds are exclusively for productive projects that help increase the economic income to the families. During all these years, we can mention that it is show that this model is sustainable over the time, and is flexible because it adapts to the needs of the project that the people of the different communities or organizations require for their economic activities. From 2006 to date, is more than $311,000 are accumulated and is distributed in the field in the different projects, and is every year is rotating and is recovering the money and is reinvested again in different projects, and with the support, I mean, the accompaniment of the ProDía Association. There is more than 780 beneficiaries in the different communities and organizations, and there is more than 1,000 revolving funds loans have been made. In this time, we would like to present a testimony of the local women artisan organization that is located in the Amantani Island, that is Escayani. And this association is formed by women, and they are working in textiles. So we are working with them.
Bear with me 1 second. The internet is
Saludar a los de la Fundación Chijnaya, UNG, la Asociación ProDía. Mi nombre es Marlene Zapana Mamani. Soy la presidenta de la Asociación de las Mujeres Emprendedoras Cantuta Escayani. Somos una organización que venimos trabajando organizadamente desde el año 2020.
Bueno, mi nombre es Juana Roxana Quispumiña. Hemos comenzado a mano, crochet, tejidos. Como ven, acá tenemos la chalena que hemos tejido manual y estos muñequitos. Y también bordados hemos comenzado a hilo, a mano también. También el año pasado nos hemos contactado con ProDía y nos ha equipado con estas máquinas del año pasado. Y estamos tejiendo con esas máquinas, como ven, estas enaguas, y también tejemos los guantes, como ven estos, también tejemos los chollitos, las chompas, los pantalones que ya algunos ya han salido al mercado, y también nos han apoyado con la capacitación la coordinadora rural de Puno. También estamos agradecidos muy bastante. Y muchos tejidos tenemos en la zona, como también estamos haciendo de tutora, los muñequitos, los balsitas que vienen, ¿no? Ahorita no hemos traído, está en otro lado, nos van a descargar y podemos mostrar por los próximos. También tenemos las chompas que tejemos con mano, a máquina, como he dicho, ¿no? También estas figuritas, aretitos, hacemos para los adornos del carro. Y también quisiera pedir para más producir, para ir más mercado, y eso pediría, no sé si nos apoyaría la Prodea, ¿no? Y eso pediría bastante, ¿no? Para que nos venga a capacitarnos. Necesitamos bastante, porque en esta zona, como ven, no hay mucho trabajo para las mujeres. Por eso pido estas capacitaciones y también que nos siga apoyando bastante. Eso no me pediría. Muchas gracias por todo.
Mi nombre es Lourdes Omiña Machaca, soy miembro de la asociación. Yo quiero agradecer a la ONG Prodía y a la Fundación Chijnaya por todo el apoyo que nos están dando. También quiero agradecer la comprensión que nos han tenido por aceptar la ampliación del fondo del año pasado y que este año no hemos tenido ventas por las huelgas y paros que han habido. Asimismo, agradecemos a la Fundación Chijnaya porque este año nos han aprobado un nuevo proyecto para seguir comprar máquinas. Algunas familias de la asociación tienen hospedajes para turismo y deseamos también que nos apoyen en mejorar los servicios. Muchas gracias por su apoyo y esperamos que nos visiten pronto. Serán bienvenidos.
There was a testimony from the artisan group from Mujeres Artesanas Cantuta from Escayani in the near the Titicaca Lake. Now we would like to mention about our saving program. It is in the rural area. It is difficult for the local people to have access to the financial products like loans or savings. So this is how we start working with these small groups to teach them financial education, so they can learn about how to save money, how to calculate the interest, and how to make a good manage of their income or the money. So in this time, we will have to show a testimony of one of our 14 groups that are working with us, and is a woman. Her name is Emilia Guaracayo, and she's part of our a beneficiary of our saving program group.
Bien, señorita, yo me llamo Emilia Guaracayo Itme. Yo soy de la comunidad La Unión, pertenezco al grupo Los Nevados de La Unión. Con el apoyo de la promotora hemos aprendido a ahorrar nuestra platita mensualmente. Cada uno nos traemos lo que nos toca, 50 soles, así ya podemos de dónde sacar platita. Entonces nos ha servido para comprar alimentos, también para medicamentos para nuestras alpaquitas, y también nosotros queremos mejoramiento de alpaca, entonces para el reproductor nos sirve para comprar de otras comunidades. Ese panderito que he usado a mí me sirve bastante. Yo lo he utilizado para mis alpaquitas que hay veces diarrean, también tienen sarna y muchas cosas pasan. Entonces para eso yo le he utilizado esa platita, bastante me ha servido. De repente ese rato no tenía plata, entonces esa platita me ha servido para salvar mis animalitos, y también alquilo pasto con esa plata. Ese dinerito año en año nos sirve, se aumenta la platita, y poco a poco ahora hemos acostumbrado a ahorrar nuestra platita. Así nosotros ya sabemos cómo manejar, cómo hacer nuestra reunión, y un ratito nomás hacemos nuestra reunión y listo, nos vamos. Y agradezco a la Asociación Prodía que nos ha incentivado al ahorro. Gracias.
During all these years in the saving program, we have witnesses that some of these groups start growing up, become a strength. So to this year, we are going up to next step to see if there is a chance that some of these groups can become a COP. So at the moment, they are receiving training in COP education, and to see maybe in the next 2 months if they decide and if they have the conditions to become a COP and form a local COP, that will be great. So in the future, we will like to share some news about this. So at the moment, I would like to pass the microphone to Makensie to talk about our next program that is related to the environment and climate change area. That is the project for the restoration and protection of bofedales in the alpaca communities.
Thank you, David. How great was it to hear from our partner beneficiaries? I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I think that's truly the best sign of the impact that we're having in these regions. So one last project that we wanted to highlight this evening is one that we kind of refer to as bofedales, which for those that don't know, a bofedal is a high elevation wetland. So in this particular project, that's a very integral project. We've partnered with a highly motivated group that's called the Asociación. And as David mentioned, it's a collective of alpaca herders from 5 communities in the Puno region. So they want to develop a sustainable hand-spun yarn business. And this will help them to create more viable economic opportunities within their traditional activities of alpaca herding. So we're currently collaborating with them to protect and restore these bofedales, these high elevation wetlands. So these wetlands make alpaca herding possible. And unfortunately, they're rapidly disappearing due to climate change and economic pressure as well. So the reason we wanted to mention a little bit about this project is throughout the next several months, we will be sharing several updates regarding the details of this project. Because like I mentioned, it's very integral. Not only does it help combat climate change, provide that financial security, preserve those cultural traditions, but one important thing is that it's a community-led initiative, such as all of our projects. So we hope that you'll stay tuned to hear even more details, hear more updates about this project, because it's one that we are very, very excited about. And I would like to pass the microphone back to Susie, and she's going to tell us a little bit more in detail about our plan for this summer and how you can be involved. You're muted, Susie.
Thanks so much, Makensie and David, for those wonderful videos and testimonies. It's just amazing to me as I listen to the descriptions of the projects, the way in which they interconnect with one another, so that the savings program is absolutely integral to our support of the work with the alpaca herders. And that shot of La Union in the high altitude was just absolutely perfect. So I hope everyone has gotten a sense of what your investment is doing and how appreciative the recipients of that support are for your investment in their efforts. Tonight, we are announcing a matching campaign. Friends of the foundation, one very generous donor, as well as a number of the board members from the Chijnaya Foundation and a small family foundation, have come together to offer us a $90,000 match if we can raise that amount of money in the 2 summer months. That is beginning today until July 31st. So we're counting on all of you. Many of you have already made a wonderful contribution to us, and for that, we thank you very much. We also are very grateful to those of you who are making monthly contributions. That's very helpful for all of us. Of course, you can always donate more. That's lovely. But if you've already made your contribution for the year, you can help us enormously by spreading the word to your friends about the kind of work that you are supporting through the Chijnaya Foundation, either by directing them to our website. We're going to have a recording of tonight's presentation that will be available to you. But word of mouth from those who are currently supporting us to others who might be interested in Peru, who might be really interested in sustainable development, where the communities themselves are defining the projects that they want to undertake, and getting the investment from the foundation and then returning that money to the communities. If they're interested in that kind of thing, you might be able to help us enormously by telling them about the work of the Chijnaya Foundation and introducing them to us. We'd be very grateful to all of you for that. You've been very generous with us in the past. We're counting on you to help us get to the next level. This is the largest campaign, the largest match challenge that we've ever had. And so we're very hopeful that in this particularly tough year that we can make this amount and invest it back in these communities. I'd also like to mention that a number of you have established scholarships. That's another wonderful way in which you can memorialize or honor a friend, a colleague, a family member. And we thank all of you who have already done that. It is a wonderful opportunity that Makensie will walk you through. It's really quite simple to make this come to fruition. Similarly, some of you have told us that you have put the Chijnaya Foundation in your estate plan. And again, we thank you very much for that. It will make a huge difference to us in the future and even at the moment as we're dealing with the challenges of the current year. So without further ado, and with thanks for your participation with us tonight, I want to raise my own Pisco Sour glass to all of you and thank you for being with us and being with us through this campaign. We'll be updating you with a thermometer as to how close we're getting. And with that, very good wishes and very many thanks to all of you.
As a way to wrap up this evening and a way to say thank you, I really want to ensure you all, on behalf of Susie, David, and myself, and everyone at the Chijnaya Foundation and Asociación Pro Dia, how grateful we are for your continued enthusiasm for the work that we're doing together. We're confident that with your help, we'll be able to meet that $90,000 matching grant goal that Susie just mentioned, and that with those funds, we will continue to improve communities' quality of life. So I know many of you are well versed of how to donate to the organization. You can do it either online or via snail mail. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat as well if anybody would like that. But please stay tuned to your email inbox. We will be sending out a follow-up email with links of this recording. As Susie mentioned, it would be so wonderful if you could share that with folks, friends, family, even for them just to get an understanding of the work that we're doing together and to help make this community that much stronger. So thank you everyone for being here. We are confident that together we can achieve more. And I wanted to just double check to see here if we have any conversations in the chat. If anybody does have a question, a comment, what have you, we would be very happy to address that now. Please feel free to type it in. Otherwise, I am leaving my email address here on this slide. Feel free to contact me at any point in time. And that's not just for now, that exists always. Please, we want to make sure that you are confident in how your funding is supporting our work. And should you have anything you would like to discuss in the future, do not hesitate to reach out. Right. Does anyone, we'll give people a few minutes. There might be someone who has a question or comment. Perfect. All right.
Feel free to email us.
Makensie?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I just to mention some members of our team are attending the event too. But in the name of our team, we would like to thank the support of all of you that help us in the different projects and to help to make a better world and helping our friends in the campo to improve their life in the different projects. Thanks so much for all your support.